welcome to a new video, and in this video it's going to be all about using the Ray-Ban Meta glasses Gen 2 as a driving companion or a driving tool. Now, I just thought about this whilst driving, so what better way to film it than on my Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses Gen 2 in 3K. This may or may not be in vertical format depending on how I decide to edit this. I might decide to zoom in to make it a little bit more YouTube friendly, but I just wanted to give my thoughts unscripted about using these as a tool for driving, whether you would get any benefit out of them and what sort of features they have. Currently, as it stands, Meta does not have a maps system with the Gen 2 Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Apparently they do with the display, Ray-Ban displays, which is what gives you the turn-by-turn navigation, but these don't. So I was just thinking about why these might benefit you for driving, and I think there's a few ways really. A, you can record, if you wanted to, you can record whilst driving, hands-free, so you're not trying to, there's a lot of people that do car vlogs, and of course if you're talking to a camera you're probably not paying as much attention as you should, but it's not like you're trying to hold a camera or look at a camera. You just have your glasses on your face. But the real use case is of course going to be through using these things for navigation without the screen, but connecting it to something like Waze, which is what I have here. I have Waze up on my phone, and you of course could use this with Google Maps or Apple Maps or whichever you decide to use, by using the audible navigation. So, you know, when it says turn left, turn right, blah, 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 blah. I think this is great because, especially if you don't have a car that has all of their Apple CarPlay and stuff like that, this is just a rental car. But this doesn't have Apple CarPlay integrated into it, so I can't connect my phone up and have the maps on here. But I can still hear the navigation coming through my ears with the speakers, and of course have my ears free to listen to my surroundings as well, which is super handy. So theoretically you could be playing music in the car, allowing you to do both at the same time. Of course you could play the music through the glasses, and then the announcements will come as and when needed, so they'll interrupt the music. But I was chatting to a friend with one of these pairs of glasses, and he had an interesting use case for those as well. So his family, when they go on road trips, they don't like his style of music that he likes to listen to. So generally they just travel with music off in the car. But this allows him to listen to his own music whilst everybody else can just sit in silence or listen to their own music on headphones or whatever. But I thought that was a really interesting scenario for this. Now it's worth noting that if you get the transition lenses, they will not often work through the glass in your car, so they won't tint. I don't know why. I think it might have something to do with the fact that the glass is already a little bit polarized, or the UV rays don't come through to activate the glasses. So that's one thing worth noting. So these ones are the polarized version, so I'm getting the polarized aspect and the and of course being able to use them as regular glasses. So if you are in a country where it's mostly cloudy and dark, though, it's probably not going to be as handy. And if you want the transition lenses, then you're going to be stuck because you would have to physically switch out the lenses, which you're probably not going to do. So that's worth noting. Polarized glasses, great for in the car, work through the windshield, but don't allow you to use them inside and stuff like that, or you can, but it'll be dark. And of course, you also have access to Meta AI, so just because Waze is running in the background doesn't mean I can't still ask Meta what I might want to ask it. And a recent feature that they've added to these glasses is notes. So often driving in a driving scenario, you have a lot of time to think, So you might be planning your day ahead for work, you might have a long drive. This way you can ask it to remind you certain things at certain times. And you can also use the calendar function with Google Calendar or Outlook, and you can schedule things as well through the glasses if you've set it up in the app. So the final potential use case for these Meta glasses is as a sort of dash cam. You're not going to be running these all the time. They don't have a cache to like store all the data and then bin it when you don't need it, of course, but you could, in a scenario, if you were experiencing some sort of road rage or something that you felt like you needed to document, then I could see these being useful in a scenario like this. I've actually been out in the street before, and I've felt like these things could be handy in a scenario for my safety. So it's another interesting use case that I don't think many people would be thinking about. But if you did see something going on, you could just record it as evidence if you needed to. That's of course a very pessimistic way of looking at a use case for these glasses, but nonetheless it has crossed my mind in the past, and I think that they could be valuable for that. So I think it's worth noting as well that although the audio situation with these glasses is very good and it's like hyper focused into your ear, in a scenario where you don't have a really insulated car like this Fiat, it sounds quite loud. It's very noisy outside. I'm of course going 70, and the external noises do inhibit my listening experience with these glasses. So I keep wanting to turn them up more, and there's no more volume to turn them up. So it's worth noting as well, if you have quite a loud interior in your car, I think that these glasses won't be as enjoyable for you. Anyway, I just wanted to say thanks a lot for watching this video. That's my thoughts on using the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses for driving. What do you guys think? I'd love to know down in the comments down below. Subscribe to this channel for more content on this and other tech, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.